Hi friends and welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan Abair and this is where I share my insights. And today I'm talking about giving up the fight without giving up the ghost. And you may be at a point in your life where suffering is intolerable and you just want to die. That means you've reached a breaking point. And just beyond that is the horizon to spiritual freedom. Stick around. There will be a point in your life, probably soon, because you wouldn't be watching a video like this, but soon, where you are no longer interested in engaging in conflict of any kind. The ego likes that because it feels good to win, It feels good to be right and superior. Righteous. Feels good to add to yourself like that. And it also, in some insidious way, feels good to be a victim. You see, we're all looking for attention, and we're going to do it no matter what. And those that are engaged in the fight are trying to show who has the biggest penis. And I put it in those words because it's funny to watch dictators fight with each other. See, the world is engaged in a battle of sorts so that we might reveal. There's a big reveal. There's going to be a big reveal one day. And the big reveal will be to finally get to the top dog. Finally. This was what the Middle Ages was all about. Dominance over. Who had the biggest penis? I mean, it's just stupid. Who has the most knowledge? We're all clamoring to find out where the steering wheel is to the world. And what's hilarious about it is that we believe there is one. In the same way that we believe there is a pilot in this body making decisions, freely roaming the planet. And that the events of your life have nothing to do with the world, nothing to do with the environment. I'm just an island doing my own thing. And I push around the environment, which is stupid. It doesn't know me. I can hide and be private, have private thoughts. I have private agendas, private money, private everything. I'm a secret, free-roaming agent. And you realize that the fight is futile. Engaging in the conflict is funny because there's no winner. And even what makes me laugh, I giggle when I say there's no winner, because that's a way of saying, oh, there's no boss. Oh, okay, I finally figured that out. There's no boss to the universe. Oh, see, I figured it out. And so you end up realizing in many ways that you are the boss in the universe. But a boss who doesn't need to prove himself in that way, or herself. As the ultimate authority. And so you get figures like Jesus and Mohammed and Meister Eckhart, who was executed in the Inquisition. These people that come to their spiritual unitive ground of all being, and they realize that separateness is not real. The individual is not real. Control is not real. It's deceptive. Of course, the question is who's being deceived. I can talk about that later, but if you think about your own lack of control, you've shit yourself before. Everybody's shit themselves before. Where's your control there, big guy? And these politicians who feel so controlling and powerful, and many of them, I'm not talking about a specific one, many of them on both sides, will one day be in diapers, shitting themselves in an old folks' home, drooling, wondering who they are. I don't have any control over this stupid body. I say stupid because it's funny. I fart, I shit myself, I fall down the stairs. What happens to the control when I lose my shit? When I yell at somebody or can't seem to keep the environment from pushing me around? And then you stop, you realize, what am I fighting? There is a profound sense of localization in a human. But I think science is beginning to wonder, where are you in the body? And spiritually enlightened people realize I'm everywhere and I'm nowhere. I'm in the threshold of everywhere and nowhere. Well, what is this nowhere? Jesus called it the kingdom of heaven. Buddha called it I am awake. All right, well, you're awake. Of course you're awake. We see you. You're talking. But this is a different kind of awakening. Lao Tzu put it in language like, the Tao is everywhere and does all things, but does not lord it over them. Things are being done. It's a passive way of seeing the spontaneity of the universe sprouting up in your mind. And you realize this illusion of control. I mean, think about it. Thoughts pop up like weeds. What are you going to do to stop it? Every time you have a thought, bop yourself over the head when you don't even know where they come from. You had no control over being born, you know? And so we fight this. Something in us won't reconcile our lack of control, complete lunacy and idiocy. We are a human being is highly intelligent, yes, but not all knowing. And we act like we do. We act like we know ourselves, each other, and the future. And usually the story goes something like this. We're all going to die. Ooh. Well, yeah, we're going to die. And you see how silly it is if you start chasing it? I got to the point, I'm just going to tell you my story. I got to the point where I just couldn't suffer anymore. I was just like sick all the time, psychologically suffering. Kept myself up at night worrying about the damn future, and the future never came. I believed I had found the steering wheel to the universe. And when you think you got it, it's nothing but a plastic baby seat, car seat. It's like one of those little plastic steering wheels in the back seat of your mother's car. And you just happen to be steering the same direction as she does. Every once in a while she turns right and you trying to turn left, and you keep turning that little pink Barbie steering wheel to the left, and mom is going to the right. Eventually, all right, I'll turn right too. That's called surrender. And it's really interesting how often we do what mom is doing. Mom's driving her Suburban this way, and we kind of know, well, I'm going to go that way too. And then mom surprises us. Now, this image that I've just pointed out to you, you may think, well, is God driving the Suburban and I'm just no, it's me. I'm mom and child in the back seat. I've just reconciled that duality. Now I just let mom drive. I don't have a plastic steering wheel. Oh, where are we going now, Mom? Mom and me inside. Mom and Pop. My parent. And see, Jesus used language like I and the Father are one, and that's called blasphemy. And you know what his fate was. He got strung up for it. And then he gets kicked up a notch, right? So some people were about to stone him. And he said, wait a minute, why are you throwing stones at me? All these good works I've done in my Father's name. They said, well, we're not stoning you for that. We're stoning you because you said you were God. You equated yourself with God. He said, wait a minute. Doesn't it even say in your own scriptures that you are gods? And I looked it up in one of the Psalms. It says you are gods. He just realized that about himself. And he said to us, he said to his disciples, you'll do even greater things than these. Well, people say, well, how come you can't walk on water and heal the sick? Yes, we can heal the sick and walk on water. We have boats and jet skis. We have hospitals and medicine. Those are terrific things. We know more about the body than they did 2,000 years ago. I trust medical science. It's a miracle. They came up with a cure for this and this and this and this. People are living longer with cancer. Yes, there are miraculous healings of cancer, but that's also you. Medicine is you. It's all you. You see, it's all human beings doing great things. You just realize that you come to a point where the fight doesn't work, you see. Some people get tested and they fail and they fight and kick and scream and life won't go in their direction. They can't win. And so they dig in even more. And you think, just because if you just watch it on the news and you on the sidelines, you're not engaging in the battle. You are. You are engaging in the battle if you consume it, because the battle then rages in you. You secretly cheer when your political opponent makes a buffoon out of herself. You quit with all that shit. You stop pedestalizing people and demoralizing them. The problem with Jesus is that we kicked him upstairs and he became the boss's son, but he never said that. In the King James Version, it says that he was the Son of God, and the word the is in italics. It was interpolated by the interpreters. But in the Greek, he said, I am a Son of God, not the And so we bump him up a notch. And so Christianity is this impossible religion because nobody gets to be the boss's son. That was by an individual. And he only realized this in himself and was trying to show the world, hey, it's okay. We're one with the universe. The problem is he used language like God and Father. And look what happens. We create a conceptual white man in the beard, a bearded man in the sky who sits on a throne and one day is going to show everybody who's boss. You quit fighting. You quit trying to prove that kind of deity. And you simply realize, I am a natural phenomena of the universe. I realize it. Am I a puppet, a robot, a machine? I don't know. I'm talking. This is very meaningful to me. I'm enjoying life when I'm not fighting it. And giving up the ghost, giving up the fight is this idea that you're going to win. One day when I get my money, one day when I get my mate, one day when I find the perfect job, one day when I have some time. Win. In the meantime, you fight. And I get tired of fighting because I could never win. And there's also a dual side to that. You're losing. Oh, man, I'm losing. I'm not there. I'm 35 years old and I haven't done this and this and this. I'm losing. You see. You get to the point where, oh shit, I don't have any fight left in me. And that's when the spirit is born. There is such a thing as born again, but it ain't religious. It's a realization that you're off the hook. You give up your sense of self. No more fighting who you are, what you're made out of. You're nothing, yet everything. This is just a realization of how free it is to be everything, everyone. Am I claiming to be God? I guess if you want to use that language, I'm the universe. We're all the universe, doing what the universe is doing. Right now, the universe has got to get all of its fight out of itself. I had to get all the fight out of me. Digging my heels in, being petulant. Maybe the fight is lessening in you, but it might get a lot worse in the world before it gets better. But each person must not engage in the fight. Turn off the news. Turn off the social media. Be at peace. The only way to change this world, my friends, is one human at a time. Join me. Give up the fight without giving up the ghost. Become a ghost, a heavenly ghost that's floating around, doing what the universe is doing. You are the universe's activity. Doesn't mean you're omniscient, you know the future. You have to be completely trusting that it's working with no opposition. You'll come to it. The fight will diminish. The ego will diminish. And the spirit will emerge. I hope you enjoyed these insights. My name is Ryan Hebert. Please check out my blog, mymorningmotivator.com, and we'll see you next time.